All right, I don't love being the bearer of bad news, but a lot of sellers are reporting visibility issues with their listings. They're seeing a huge dip in traffic, and then when they go to search for their listings or other people search for their listings, they're not able to be found, even with exact match searching, which means if they're typing in the exact title, their listing is not showing up on page one, which should absolutely show up on page one if they're in incognito mode. So there's a whole thread about this in Etsy, and Etsy did respond, or some of the moderators said, thank you for bringing this to our attention. We're investigating the issue. So the issue is not indexing because our listings are still showing up in the shop. Like if you go to your shop and you search for your listings, they'll still show up. The issue is outside of Etsy, the search visibility. So there's a search invisibility. That's how you say it. Issue going on. So it seems to be from what I'm reading with all these, there's thousands of comments, and obviously these, like, you get the normal comments like, oh, here we go, Etsy sucks, yada yada, I'm leaving Etsy, the common issues. Well, in case you haven't noticed, if you haven't sold anywhere, these problems happen across the board. I'm not defending Etsy. I just want to reframe this, that these are huge companies with a lot of moving parts. So these issues happen, and they're not fun. They're never great. And if it happens to you, you're obviously going to be PO'd. But just know this stuff does happen, and we got to basically focus on what we can control, which is either doing a case or figuring out if it's affecting you. So here's what I would do first and foremost is if you've seen a huge traffic dip lately, that's not the norm, right? I know traffic for a lot of shops is kind of down, but I'm talking about like a dip from like normal visits to like zero or very few visits. Check a couple of your listings and see if you were de-indexed, or de-visualized or invisible, not de-indexed. So how you would do that is if you go to open up an incognito tab and you take the exact title of your listing. So here would be the exact title copied and pasted, and see if your listing shows up. So this is the exact listing here that shows up for this title. So this listing is showing up. The visibility is fine in that listing. So that's how you would check. Maybe you go through and check a couple of your listings just to kind of see. The other thing to be careful of is what people are telling you to do. So they're telling you that the fix of this is to, if you're running ads, to stop running ads and then reactivate your ads. That's working. Also putting your shop on vacation mode and then taking it off of vacation mode. I wouldn't do those things, especially the vacation mode thing, because there's reports that it's still happening again, even after they've done that. But when you put a shop in vacation mode, it's taking all of your stuff out of search, wherever it's at, whatever position it's in. It's taking out of search, right? And then when you put it back in vacation mode or off vacation mode, then the algorithm is going to try and put it back into search and reanalyze and figure out where it's supposed to go. What usually happens when you do that is your traffic tanks, because you're never going to be back to where you were, and it changes things in terms of the algorithm. That's why I hate using vacation mode. I'll just change my processing times to 1 to 2 weeks rather than use vacation mode, because everyone that uses vacation mode, usually they see a traffic dip at least for a while until things come back. So unless you don't, things may go from bad to worse. So that's why we can't have knee-jerk reactions when things happen. I would see if it's happening to you, work with Etsy, and as terrible as that may sound, and you may not get anywhere, if enough people are submitting cases about the issue, they're going to have to fix it. Now, another thing to keep in mind is Etsy doesn't want to do this because it's losing money for them. If listings are being taken out of search and visibility, especially top listings, it's making it a worse buyer experience. There's going to be less sales. So it doesn't make any sense for them to hit a button and be like, oh, let's just tank everyone's sales and take their listings out of search. So it's obviously a mistake. It's obviously a bug if it is happening. So it's something that they're probably working on because it benefits them to fix it and make it better. But things like this are always going to happen. We'd have to roll with the punches. Being an entrepreneur, you're going to get punched in the face a lot, right? But you got to keep getting back up. You got to roll with those punches and try and do what you can to control the situation. And sometimes you can't, and you just got to wait it out. And that's the name of the game, We can't give up. We can't just roll over and give up and die. That's not going to work, right? We got to keep going. If you want to start driving traffic via other sources, you want to move into some other sales channels, that's great. That's diversifying what you're doing. You shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket, right? You can kind of dabble in other places as well. So that's what's going on right now. I just wanted you guys to know that is what I'm seeing, and that's what I would suggest doing while we wait this out. If it is affecting you, if it's not, good. Keep focusing on your shop. This is hopefully a big sales period starting. Traffic should be ramping up here. Hopefully you start getting more sales, and if not, work for next year. Work for the future. What you do now will have trickle positive effects in the future, with your shop. And if you do want to work on building your shop for the future, hop over and check out my Etsy Games VIP program. We're actually doing an awesome traffic challenge right now where you get access to 28 days of trainings. I designed a new app to help you to track your challenge. Each and every day you can hop in here and complete the action items. There's a leaderboard, and the top winners, for points, top person gets $50, second $25, third is $10. So it's just a fun way to actually grow your business for the future, have some fun, earn a little bit of money, and then work with this amazing positive community. This is a safe, positive place where you can come hang out and learn. And even if you miss the challenge right now, depending on when you're watching this, I'll do another one in the future. So we're always doing different things to help your shop grow, make it more engaging. Every new member also gets a one-on-one coaching call with me, as well as we do group coaching calls. So lots of benefits, lots of ways to help you grow your business, just so you're not alone in your journey. You don't have to be alone. You can come to a positive, motivational, trusted place to get help. That's not some weird spammy group where someone's not going to try and get your routing number and steal your bank information. So there's a link below to try this out. I'll be back soon with some more good stuff for you guys. Have an amazing rest of your day.